Hey there viewers, I'm back here today with another video where I will be going through different layout widgets. Now if you haven't set up your Flutter environment yet, please go look at my previous video where I go through it step by step. Now depending on your page, you will use a different layout structure. This will be my first Flutter tutorial, and I think it's a very important concept when it comes to building your apps. Now without further ado, let's get started. I will explain some of the layout code and what you need to get started, but I suggest you read through the widget catalog found in the Flutter website on your own time. I will leave the link in the description below. At the top you will see import and then some package. All the packages that you download will be located here on external libraries and dark packages. You will always import the material packages on all your Flutter app pages. Next, you can see the main function being declared. This is where all the magic happens. You can see it running the myApp class, which is declared below. You can see it is a stateless widget, which I will explain later on. @override just points out that the function is also defined in an ancestor class, but it is being redefined to do something else in the current class. The widget catalog gives you access to Flutter's collection of interactive widgets to build your app. Basically, whenever you want to display something visually, you have to use this. The Material app makes an application that uses the material design you include at the top. So now you can use all of the components. Here is the theme of your app. It holds the color and typography values for the material design theme. So usually an app has a main color, shape and size you want to use all over your app. You can just use it by calling the theme data. So let me demonstrate by making the primary color color.indigo. Reload the page at the top and you will see that the app bar just changed color. There is also an easy way to give your app a dark mode by setting the brightness to dark. The home property will be the default route to your app. It is set to the My Homepage class. This class is a stateful widget, which means the widget has a mutable state. The information could be altered throughout its lifetime. Now let's delete all of the code in this class and make our own. First, you have to return a layout structure. I will be using colored blocks to show the different containers and the differences between them. In most cases, you will return a scaffold. Scaffold is seen as the top level container for the Material app, so there should only be one per page. Now let's save our progress by pressing the Command S buttons or Control S for Windows. One of the nice features about Flutter is the hot reload function. Hot reload works by injecting updated source code files into the running Dart virtual machine. The Flutter framework automatically rebuilds the widget tree, allowing you to quickly view the effects of your changes. If you run the app, you will see, well, nothing. That is essentially what it is. The scaffold will expand to fill the available space. That usually means that it will occupy its entire window or device screen. Now we can start building onto it. Let's create an app bar. Now within the app bar, we could return three properties: leading, title, and action. This is the three positions you could display things. For example, we will use the text widget and icon widget to display information about the app. For the leading property, we will make an Android icon. Title will be different layouts, and the action could be more than one. Let's make 2 icons to check and clear. Save and reload. Okay, so now I want to explain the main layout widgets you will use with any application. Number 1, the container widget. Let's make a square container with a color of blue-gray. Let's also place a text widget inside the container and write first. We can also set the width and height property. Let's make both 150 pixels. I want to display it in the center, so I put it in a center widget. Put it in another container with some padding. Save and hot reload. There's a problem. The text is so small and in the top left corner. Change this by placing the text widget in a center widget. You can also change the font's properties by using the text style widget. What if we want to display 2 containers at once? Well, we could use the list view widget in the body of the scaffold instead. Copy the container and paste it in. Change the color and the container to green accent. Our next layout will be the stack layout. Now change the word list view to stack. Where has the 1 gone? Well, it's not gone. Think of it as a stack of cards that you are viewing from the top. Change the second's height and width to 100 and you will see that first is under second. It displays it as you write it. The last thing I want to show you is the row and column widget. So just change the size back to 150. Now change the stack into a row. Now the 2 containers are next to each other. Place the row widget inside a column widget and then copy the containers into the column as well. Change the names to third and fourth. Let's make it all center by placing it inside another container and setting the padding of the top to 100 pixels and left to 40 pixels. Now everything is nice and center. Nice work making it this far. That was a lot of work, but you now know the fundamentals of widget placement. If you have any questions, please ask down below and I will try to answer them. Play around with it and see how you make progress. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos where I explain some features in mobile app development. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.